Ladies and gentlemen, before the episode starts, I'd just like to mention that this episode was recorded on the 14th of November, and as I'm saying this, it's actually the 2nd of April, the year after. So it's been so long, we had to take a break because of mock exams in January, and we had to take a further break in March because of the March exams. There was 2 sets of exams. Usually it's not like that because of COVID, it's like that now. But I just want to let you know that's the reason. And like I said in the previous episode, we're not really sticking to a schedule anyway. So until these exams are over, we can't really find the time a lot of the time to sit down, record, and then edit and then upload. All that takes a lot of time. So which we don't have a lot of at the moment. So episodes will come when they come. But I just wanted to let you know that that's the case. Enjoy the episode.
All right.
Yeah.
On the fourth attempt, I got it right.
Okay.
I did /Craig without the capital letter. Then I did /Craig with the capital letter. Then I did :Craig with the capital letter, and then finally Craig finally started to work.
I expect more from you.
Losing my mind. At least it doesn't happen on the outros anymore. Also, I'm going to be eating at the same time as recording this because I'm very professional. I've started the timer when you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all other genders, welcome
Ooh,
to Infallible. That's what's it called? Dramatic irony for the future. Today we're on episode 10, and we're going to be talking about crime. You know.
You just cut out completely for me. It was like, we're going to be talking about crime. Like that.
What? What'd you say?
You completely cut out the moment you said part. Like, I didn't even hear anything after that. Good start. We're
Okay.
on episode 10 and we still lag out completely.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't we try that again?
I haven't exactly got professional equipment. It's because my headphones just disconnected just now. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just continue like normal. The show must go on.
Yeah, all right. Episode 10, everyone. Welcome.
Double digits.
All right.
It's a lot less exciting when you've done it the second time.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we doing today, Solo? Why don't you enlighten us?
So we're going to be doing Crime Part 2, and we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting stuff that I said just before the episode. Obviously, we're going to be doing Nitbag News first, as we always do.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting mysteries surrounding crime. So, yeah.
Absolutely. The first topic's a bit of the Nitbag News is a bit of one that I've wanted to talk about for a while. Do you know about the Travis Scott tragedy that happened not that long ago?
Yeah, I did. I have heard of it.
Do you know like all the details?
Well, so far what I know is that Travis Scott was doing a concert and
right.
A lot of people barged in or something, and some people got trampled, and so they had to take them out on like stretchers. And he just kept on doing the concert while they were getting carried out on stretchers.
Yeah, there's so much to it. Basically, the way it worked was people died from crowd crushing. So you know what happened in that football stadium? What was it? The Liverpool one?
Yeah. There's a lot of.
I've forgotten which one it was. Like the really famous one. There was
I've forgotten it as well. Oh, I'm a Liverpool fan now. I've forgotten it. So.
I'm speed typing right now. The Hillsborough disaster. That's the one.
That's it. There you go.
Hillsborough disaster. So you remember that? Essentially, the Travis Scott has this thing where he wants people to break in illegally to attend his things. He wants that to happen.
Okay, nice.
That's like a thing he wants. So people did, obviously they get stopped. Obviously, but the people who ran the event, they planned it horribly. And essentially, the way people died was with crowd crushing. And essentially, imagine that you're just getting pushed. You're getting pushed forward from like the huge amount of people. And you're getting suffocated standing up. It's a horrible way to die. I can't imagine that. And the thing was, there was A&E, like all kinds of people, like medical, like I think it was like golf carts and stuff coming in, right? And people were dancing on the cars, people were trying to get the medics to like come and help the people who were like dying, and people were dancing on the cars, blocking them, etc., etc. Travis Scott himself saw someone getting crowd like surfed because he was unconscious, and he gave him literally like an outro song as he was leaving, and people were climbing up, and they were like, "Travis Scott, stop the event, stop it, stop the event," and nope, he didn't stop. So people continued to die in front of his eyes, and he was just dancing.
Oh well.
It's so horrendous. I can't imagine people would do that. They dance in
That's
front of
why
like.
I've never wanted to go. You know, people are saying with the whole COVID thing how they can't go out and they've always wanted to go to like a concert or stuff like this.
Yeah,
Guys, why?
I've never seen.
These things are so loud and horrible, and
Yeah,
you're just around a lot of other people, and it's just disgusting. I hate it. Why would you ever want to go there?
exactly. Yeah, you'd go for the music, right? But everyone's screaming in your ear. You're not even gonna hear it anyway.
Yeah, and it's just, and the actual music itself is going to be so humongously loud, your ears are just going to go numb and not even hear it properly.
Exactly. I don't understand the appeal of concerts. Like, I can understand watching them on a TV or something, but not at the event itself.
Yeah, like the only concert I'd be willing to go may be like New Year's Eve or something, and that's not even a proper concert.
But yeah, I went there once. I think I went for the 2021, which is a great one to attend.
What was it, like the drones and everything, right?
Like the no, it was just like a regular one. Basically, because it was COVID, like COVID hadn't started yet, but essentially people actually no, it wasn't. It was a 2020. Wait, no, 2021. No, wait, which one was that?
Yeah.
It was one or the other, 2021 or 2020. And
2021 was the drones. There were like drones coming about and doing their stuff. Do you remember that?
I can't remember. It might have been 2021 then.
Okay.
But I don't think I was wearing a face mask, so I can't exactly remember. But essentially, right, at the very start of the event, I was trying to record, and some next arsehole calls me on no caller ID, and it ends my entire video. So I didn't catch the countdown at all. I took an L, literally world record for taking an L at the start of the year. First 10 seconds.
And you never found out who it was?
No, it was no caller ID, so I couldn't find out. And it stopped the recording, so my recording was screwed up. And that was bad karma for what was to come, I can see. It was foreshadowing. But yeah, you know what's funny about the Travis Scott incident?
What?
He made an apology video, and guess what was funny about it? He put the black and white filter on there.
Jeez.
The man literally put a black and white filter on his genuine quotation apology video. It was insane. Like, the video itself sucks.
I can't be angry at the guy though.
How? Why?
Because there are always people like this that exist, right?
Right.
There are always people like this that exist. You can't change them. I actually believe that biology plays a huge factor in the fact that some people are just idiots, right?
Well,
you can't change that.
If people die and you shouldn't stop the event.
No. I'm just saying, I don't think he's just an idiot, and we should accept that. But it's the millions of people that follow him. That's where it becomes dangerous.
Yeah, and the people who actually set up the event themselves.
Because the thing is, fine, if he doesn't want to end the event, fine, that's his prerogative. But if the people still are chilling at the event and not leaving themselves, what then? What do you want?
They paid for their tickets.
Doesn't matter. You can appeal that later if you really want to stand for something holy and like what's it called? I'm so honourable by doing this, right? You can appeal for that money later. Instead, how about you actually put your money where your mouth is and actually do what you want, which is to, stop this whole thing, right? But no, these millions of people continue dancing and doing whatever because they're all idiots and they need a cult leader.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, most people who run concerts and things like that, they've walked off like for way less than this. And Travis Scott himself has stopped concerts in the past because of someone taking his shoe. Literally something like that. So I feel like the fact that he didn't stop for something this extreme is a bit insane.
Well, I don't really care because
it was just, I don't know. I think he's a massive scumbag, honestly.
I don't listen to his music, so I don't really care.
Well then, that's Snipbag News.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wanted to ask you, if you could kill anyone, like who would it be? If crime, well, I want to go into Purge as well, but if you could just kill anyone, like you had one free kill, who would it be?
Damn, this is literally just gonna. If anything happens, this is gonna be used as evidence in court, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's an insurance policy that we'll never commit a crime. Because if we do, we'll just
so you know, people of the future that may be listening to this, I would never kill anyone. Okay.
Oh,
This is all
yeah.
hypothetical.
That's what a killer would say.
Nice. So what would a non-killer say then?
I don't know. The killer would show it with his. The non-killer would show it with his actions, not his words.
Exactly. So I'm not gonna ever show it with my actions. There you go. I'm not killer. Proven. Anyway,
Fair enough then.
does this include people that have already died?
Anyone, like, I mean, if they've already died, then you don't really need to kill them, do you?
So maybe then damn, this is a hard one.
You
Modi.
could do the options.
Modi.
You'd kill Modi.
Yeah.
Nice. See, that was a trick question. I wouldn't kill anyone. Okay, I don't know what's going through your perverted thoughts.
No, I would properly assassinate him, professional style. Yeah.
Well, would you do it yourself, or would you hire someone?
No, I would want the satisfaction of being there. So I'd hire someone else, but I'd want to see it real time.
Would you pull the trigger?
No. He'd be there doing it, but it'd be like a live recording, and he'd put it up, and I'd be watching while he does it.
Nice.
The reason why, if people are wondering, the Prime Minister of India...
here we go. Here we go.
Assassinate him. It's because he creates a lot of division in the country.
Politics.
He does though, and how do you create division based on religion? That's like the worst kind of division you can create because people get a bit passionate about it.
I bet that division already exists as well. You're just fanning fuel to the flames.
No, it doesn't. It's because most of India are uneducated, what's it called? Uneducated and aren't fed properly, and basically religion is all they have in their lives. So they take it to heart whenever someone says Hinduism that, or Sikhism that, or Islam that.
Yeah, they gotta hold on to some kind of hope.
So when a prime minister comes and says basically Hindus are perfect and Sikhs and Muslims are the ones that cause, all this crime and everything, so we need to get, basically without actually saying it, saying that we need to get them out of the country, right? By sanctioning them, by doing all this, by saying Muslims have to report their passport and then they can't get it back for some reason, like.
That's fucked up.
Exactly. It's clear that and so now all these uneducated, stupid other Indians that don't understand everything now think that there's a religious war going on. And they have to support Modi because we're being attacked because we're Hindus. It's just because they can't think for themselves. Clearly, it's just. I did hear
of an Indian teacher as well that basically there was a cricket match, India versus Pakistan. I'm sure you're not interested in that. Nope. Pakistan won naturally. Obviously, we would win. India sucks. But anyway,
you guys are Indian. Just remember
that. Any Indian viewers, feel free to take this as personally as you want. Pakistan's in Zindabad. We got Babar Azam on our team. Anyway.
50 years ago, but alright, go on.
Anyway. There was a teacher, right, who put on her WhatsApp status, "Let's go Pakistan won," and apparently she got fired from her job for it.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, like exactly this kind of insanity, and it's a game about bat and ball. That's what she got fired over.
It's basically Donald Trump, but it's a different agenda. You know how everyone in America either support Donald Trump or you don't, and if you support him, you're a racist, and if you do, then you're just crazy left-wing propaganda, whatever, right?
Yeah.
At least that's still politics,
right?
So people won't get murdered in the streets out relay because you've got some control over it because not everyone takes politics seriously. But everyone, especially in India, where religion is like a huge deal, he's taking advantage of that in politics, which is like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So yeah, that's my monologue of why I'd kill Narendra Modi.
Would that make anything better though? Like if you killed him?
Hopefully, because if anyone else steps up and decides to be like him, they know what's coming too, innit?
A bullet to the forehead.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. I'm not really sure who I'd kill, to be honest. See, I don't want to say it's someone that I'm like close to proximity to, because if they see this episode, they're gonna be like,
"Oh, was it someone at school?"
No, I don't.
Someone at school.
I'd kill whichever bastard egged my house last year. I'll kill them. Whichever it was, I'd egg their house and then I'd egg their face with a bullet. That's what I do.
Oh, come on, man! You got to be for something bigger than that. Come on, like surely.
Bro, I'm petty. I'd blast his head off.
But you could kill anyone.
I don't know who it was.
Alright.
That is true. I was expecting you honestly to be like what's his name, Kim Jong-un or something.
That'd be a good one too.
Yeah.
Be a good one.
Though I don't think that'd fix anything.
Yeah, I just think the North Korea whole structure is a bit dodgy anyway. Anyway, so let's move on then to
Have you ever been a victim of a crime? Not a hate crime, but a general crime. Like got anything stolen from you or
yes.
oh, tell the story.
At my grandma's house there was a burglary
Oh
years and
damn.
years ago. Yeah, it was that was when I was out with my grandparents and basically got a call from my uncle, which would be their son, saying that someone had burgled the house and they came and basically like all the drawers were on the floor and like clothes were sprayed out everywhere and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true that a lot of people think that burglaries happen at night or anything. Like it doesn't happen like that.
No,
People
no, no,
usually
no.
break in because like most people are at work during the day, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you break in during the day and you only spend like a minute in there max, and then you're just out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's
my
exactly
uncle,
right.
yeah, my uncle and auntie also got robbed. They basically took the jewels from their house.
Whoa, is it?
Of course, the police doesn't really do anything about these kind
Yeah,
of cases.
they never get involved. Yeah, because
Bigger
it's
fish to
not big
fry.
enough for them.
Have you ever committed a crime?
I stole a jelly bean from a shop once.
Damn, I was a massive thief as a kid.
I know. I've heard.
I stole what have you had?
I've heard that you stole. Oh, man, it was a toy of some sorts, wasn't it? Um,
I've
it was
stolen.
just, I asked you why you did it. You just said you really wanted it. I've forgotten what it was.
I don't know. I don't think it was a toy. It was a gift card. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. A gift card.
Yeah, I
It
stole a
was.
gift card, and it didn't work because you have to actually get it
Yeah,
authorized or whatever.
yeah, I
So
heard.
like
Yeah.
when you go to the till, you actually have to get it scanned, and then it works. So I stole a gift card, and the way I did it is I scratched it off and I took a picture of the code, and then I put it back. I don't know how I didn't get clocked, and then I put it back, and I left, and I had a smile on my face, thinking I just finessed like £50 out of this. So nope, it didn't happen like that. Didn't happen. I was so disappointed. I was like, oh, I went through all that trouble, and it was worthless. I've also stolen as a like really young kid. I stole like one baby tomato for no reason.
That's what I'm saying, man. You're a criminal when you were younger.
Yeah, man. Good thing I was under the age of 10, so I can't get arrested or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. You're not responsible for your own actions under the age of 10 in the UK.
Hell yeah, the legal system.
Yeah, you can actually murder someone before 10 and actually fully get away with it legally because it's not your fault technically.
Exactly, you're too young. You don't know better. Well, you could say.
Yeah.
I remind you of that case of what were those two kids that murdered that little kid at the train?
Oh my gosh, those kids were actually evil.
That I was gonna bring up. I don't know if this is a crime point. If you want to talk about if people could actually be born evil.
I don't want to go over that. That's just disgusting. That was horrendous what those kids did.
I think that haven't they been released from prison? Like they've got like new identities or something.
Yeah, because obviously you'd have to, innit? Because it's for their protection. Because literally all of the UK hates them.
Exactly. Yeah. How the hell could you do something like that, especially at that age as well?
Yeah, a whole country literally hates them. Like they probably have to move to a different country.
Yeah, probably, and have a new name and like an alias or whatever.
Exactly, 100%. Yeah.
That's messed up. That was honestly one of the most messed up things I've seen.
The Bolger case, that's what it's called, by the way. Like,
Bolger, yeah, that's the name, Bolger.
Yeah. So
I can't imagine how that must have felt for Bolger. Honestly, yuck.
well, after he basically said that he thought that he got a better upbringing in jail than he did with his regular family.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so he probably had a messed up upbringing. We know this is psychology A level. That
oh yes, environment,
environment,
behavioral approach.
Of course, yeah. That basically mental illness is caused by poor environments or whatever, and that causes
Option studies.
Yeah. Was it Tianari et al?
Tianari et al, yeah.
But yeah, basically, he had obviously probably a messed up family life and everything. That obviously caused him to have a messed up psychology.
But still, how the hell? Like, I don't know how you didn't find enjoyment at that age.
I don't know.
Oh well,
he's a psychopath, clearly. Like, no emotion, all that.
Yeah, he must be. He must be. Surely.
Yeah.
What about then? You've seen The Purge, right?
The Purge, the film.
Or at least you know what it's about.
Yeah, I've seen it.
What would you do if there was a purge? First of all, would you want there to be a purge night in the UK? Would you want there to be one?
No.
Yeah,
Actually, I think the UK is one of the very few countries where nothing would happen during the Purge.
really?
Yeah, because all of us are either too lazy or polite.
You mean Canada then?
I'm not actually. We're actually like Canada. A lot of people say Canada are really like, really polite. Canadians, all that, but we're exactly like that. The only difference is that we're like really rude in private.
Yeah. Like we backchat everyone.
Yeah,
I think
not
everywhere apart from Croydon would be safe. I think Croydon would probably go up in flames, but aside from Croydon, I think everything else would be fine.
Nah, Stratford and Canning Town.
I'm talking more South London because South London is like the most fucked up place.
No, I've heard South London's really posh and like.
I mean, I've heard that about the north.
The East London is where you have to worry about, mate.
I always heard that South is where all the knife crime happens, and North is where it's less, and East is right in the middle, and West as well.
Anyway, you asked me how I'd prepare, right?
Yeah, what would you do, like in general?
Obviously, just stay up all night, innit? Do an all-nighter, and lock my bedroom door, and just with a knife, and just stay there and wait.
Is it?
Yeah. And if anyone decides to come in, just immediately in the neck, bang.
Bang. Imagine you're hiding, right? And outside your house, there's a 7-year-old girl screaming, and she's about to get killed. What would you do?
Crossbow to the head to her, innit?
To her?
Yeah, to make sure her suffering doesn't, last.
Not to the attacker, to her, yeah.
No, to her. Because
then if you only had a knife, like that's it. That's all you had.
Then I can't do anything. I can't do anything, innit?
You wouldn't go out to save her, yeah? A little young 7-year-old. She's barely lived life.
Anything. For all I know, it's a trap.
That's true. So it could be a trap. It could be a trap.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. And also, whoever's killing a 7-year-old, like, what can I do in it? They're obviously crazy. Nothing I can do against them. Like, I just wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't be able to do anything.
I think if all the lads agreed, I'd probably go out and steal some money or something. I'd probably do something like that. I'd never murder anyone. I'd probably steal. That's it.
Yeah, if all of us were together, like me, you, Sarah, Joe, and Neil, EK, we could probably all go out and just.
Yeah, we probably could. Like, if we're in a big group, I doubt people would mess with us.
Yeah, unless they had weapons, in which case we'd all run and spread in different directions.
I mean, we're in the UK, so guns are just like a no-go, aren't they?
Oh yeah, but remember, guns would be legal because there were guns in the UK.
How would you acquire them in the night? Like, how would you acquire them?
Easily available, right?
I mean, you could just steal from a gun, like a place you can get them from.
Yeah, or just raid a police station and just take them.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. But at most, it'd probably just be pistols or something.
Yeah, but there are some.
I thought they'd have shotguns and shit over there.
No, but I've seen police officers carry rifles with at airports and stuff. So I know they
those
exist.
are airports, so.
Yeah,
airports
they're just waiting. They're just waiting for someone to come in with a headscarf and a big duffel bag. Just waiting.
And they have to say Allahu Akbar and they just instantly.
Technically, none of
that. Oh what?
None of that stuff would actually indicate that you're an evil person. You're wearing a duffel bag, which is very economically viable. You're wearing a headscarf, which is religious headwear, and you're saying Allahu Akbar, which basically means you love God. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
If you combine the three with the location at an airport, I'd be like,
yeah.
I don't want to go to America. I'm shook if I go to America.
I
literally have Osama in my name, so I'm fun. They're gonna see me and be like, excuse me.
You could just say it's short. It just means the S is a typo. It's meant to be Obama, not Osama.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm patriotic. I love America.
America.
I'm gonna say like an Asian too. I'm gonna say like an Asian. America.
Yeah. And then England for England.
Yeah, England. What do you mean? England. I speak perfect England.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, we've divulged again. Would you never go out alone, no matter what? If you were desperate for money or whatever, would you risk it ever?
No. During a purge? No.
Would you ever be shook that one of us lads would come and like have a vendetta against you? If we were in a group, what's to say that one of us is gonna stab someone in the back?
I know I could take all of you in it.
You could take Joe, really?
Yeah, if I don't. Yeah, I could. If I'm fighting for my life, yeah, 100%.
But he's also fighting for his life.
Well, he's not, because he's come to take my life.
Yeah, but of course you're gonna take his life in return, are you?
Well, yeah, but he's come preparing to take my life, so he hasn't got the same adrenaline rush that I have.
I mean, that's true.
Because I feel like I'm in genuine danger, whereas he feels like he has a mission to fulfill.
But I mean, if he messes up, he's also in danger. So of course he's gonna like.
Yeah. If I could get an arm around the neck, it's all over. That's it.
That's it. You're gonna do a RKO on him.
No, just choke them out, 100%.
Would you
Yeah.
kill him in revenge, or would you just leave him alone?
I'd
That'd
probably
be so awkward the next day, wouldn't it? Like at school.
yeah, I'd probably kill him, but not in revenge though, just to make sure that he doesn't do it again. That's it.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense. Well, okay. What else?
What would you do if I was coming to your house to kill you, Ibrahim?
I have some hiding spots you never locate, ever.
What, you would just hide?
Yeah, you'll never be able to find me in it. And then once your back is turned, I'd have my
Crossbow.
my crossbow. I'd have my butcher knife ready to go, and I'd just I'd have my cricket bat. I'd cricket bat you right in the mouth, and then that's how I'd win.
Oh man! Oh right, fine. All right. Let's talk
I think
about.
I have like proper genuine deadly weapons anyway.
All right, so criminal mysteries, right?
Right, go on. Let's do that.
I know you wanted to talk about Jack the Ripper, but come on, Jack the Ripper is kind of boring, isn't it?
And that one's that everyone knows about. Like, that's the only one I know about, though.
Everyone's seen the Lemino video.
Oh yeah.
So you know DB Cooper? That's a famous one.
DB Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the hijacking guy?
Yeah, the plane hijacking. It's the only successful plane hijacking in American history, isn't it?
No, that guy's a lad. He knows how he's doing it.
That guy got away. He actually got away. And you know DB, the B wasn't actually part of his name. He never said B was part of his name. He just called himself Dan Cooper, and that was it.
Oh wow! So people just made that.
It's the newspapers. They made a typo, I think, and they put DB in there instead.
That just sounds cooler, though.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Right. So what about? He's a really cool guy. I like the concept of that. There's probably killers out there that just haven't been caught, and like they're just so smart that they've never even been traced. Like they're just out there.
I hate that. Why would you like that idea?
I don't know. I just find it interesting. I wouldn't want to be at the edge of the knife, to be honest. That's not really what I want.
So have you heard of the Hinterkaifeck murders?
Oh, no, I haven't heard of that one.
That's a famous. So basically, in Germany, there was this family called the Hinterkaifeck family, right? That's their second name, right?
Right.
And they owned a farm, and it was like a significant size family. It was like a husband, a wife, and a few children. And some of the children were quite grown up, so they're like proper adults. And basically, they were just chilling one day, and some of the neighbors noticed that they hadn't left the house like in a while.
Right.
And they went over to check, and they checked in the barnyard, and they basically found like they were all like axed, like properly axed.
Okay.
And the husband and the daughter were in the barn or something, and then the wife was in the house. And they're basically all spread out, which means that they must have been attacked, like surprise attacked, right? While they were doing their daily work.
Right. That's scary.
Routines, right?
Mm.
But the problem is, what's the scariest part is, right?
Yeah.
Is that they checked, the coroner's report told us that that they were murdered like a few days ago, like quite a while ago, right?
Right.
But neighbors remember seeing chimney smoke coming out from like as soon as yesterday.
Right.
Which means that if the coroner's report is right, that means that the murderer must have been chilling in their house and like just doing whatever.
Oh damn.
So like eating their food. They said that the horses were being fed and the cows were being fed, which is like who's feeding them if they were dead.
So he's just chilling there waiting for him.
Yeah, and then they never found him. They never solved the murder.
Damn, that is just insane.
That's horrifying, isn't it?
There could be a killer anywhere, anytime. Sleep well tonight.
Yeah. It's just kind of scary.
I wonder how killers choose their victims. Is it like personal vendettas? Because a lot of the time I see serial killers, they have like a specific, either they have a specific killer or they just go after everyone.
It depends on the type of murder you're talking about. If you're talking about like a
Sexual one.
If you're talking about like a crazy psychopath killer, they usually don't care who they go after, right? They just
They
want
just want the
murder,
killing.
right? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They just like the process because some of them get like sexual satisfaction from it, and then if you go for the sociopathic killer, which have like they care about specific characteristics about the people that they murder, so they might like only blondes or redheads or something like that, right?
Right.
And they kill them based on specific characteristics. They don't just kill random people, they kill specific targets. And then you got people that are normal people but have been pushed to the edge by like something that happened to them by one person. And so they just want to have a personal vendetta against that one person.
Yeah. I guess everyone's just different, I guess.
Yeah, you can get different reasons for murderers and why they exist.
Yeah. Some people just have like some kind of agenda to fill.
Yeah, maybe political agenda, something like that, yeah.
Everyone's different, yeah. What about the Charles Manson case? You probably heard of that one.
The cult, the Manson family.
Manson family, yeah. That
Yeah,
was pretty. That was
they're
really
crazy.
interesting. Would you
Yeah,
like the entire concept of a cult? I can't believe people believe in it.
that's the thing though, man. It's really easy. I'm saying it's really easy to put me in a cult. It'd be very easy to do that.
How? Like, what would you?
Because they don't just approach you and say, "Hey, join our family where we isolate you from society and have one charismatic leader and we tell you to do really weird things and we do blood sacrifices at night." Obviously,
Right.
no one's going to say yes to that, are they?
Yeah.
They slowly ease you in, right? So you make a friend, that friend introduces you to other friends, you
They
slowly
lead you
start
in.
doing activities together, and maybe you meet that friend's family, and you meet the family, like patriarch or whatever, and you start doing that traditional activities, and slowly they give you their attire. It happens so slowly, you don't even notice that you're being indoctrinated into this. And then they do something called like love overload, which is when they like do so many favors for you and they love you so much over and over again that your brain feels like it has to compensate and give them back something too. So when they ask you to do something that you would initially say is unreasonable, you just do it
Right.
because they've done so much for you, and then slowly that favor becomes slightly more unreasonable, and then slightly more unreasonable, until they've got you sacrificing people slowly. And initially, you would say, if they told you to sacrifice someone, you wouldn't do that. But they've done it so slowly and gradually that you haven't even noticed.
Yeah. Then you're slowly like you've been absorbing everything that they've been saying this whole time.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's really easy to get me into a cult. It's really easy to get you into a cult. It's really easy to get anyone into a cult if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but I feel like some people would just be able to sniff out and get out.
I actually feel like, how it was when I was first an atheist, yeah?
Hmm.
And I started, famous atheists out there like Richard Dawkins and like Lawrence Krauss. These guys are really, and Christopher Hitchens. These guys are really famous atheists, right?
Right.
But I've noticed that the atheist community on the internet is really, really cringy and crazy.
Yeah. Some of them are just insane.
Yeah, some of them, I'm not even joking. Some of them, like, when you see like a comment on YouTube saying, "Oh, love Jesus, find the way," and all that, I'm like, cool, yeah, whatever, say whatever you want. But then the atheists come together, like, swarm this one person and just attack him constantly. And it's like, see, this is just sad. This is really sad to watch.
They do spam it. Like, there's lots of bots as well that just come and spam videos and just like it's kind of like any other bot. that you'd usually report it, or like if you didn't know it's about, you just kind of say something like, you know those like messages that like, oh, I'm single, I need someone.
Yeah.
I'd assume it's the same thought process for the religion one. Like you don't care what they're saying, it's just that they're annoying, so you're attacking them.
No, I'm telling you, the atheists are too mad on the internet. They're too mad.
Some of them are
And I've
madness.
noticed they actually like, because the atheist community is a community. The whole point of atheism is that you don't believe in religion, right?
Right.
You don't believe in God, all that. But then the atheist community has made like a religion around that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
Which is like so ironic. It's so funny. And the cult leaders are like Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens. These guys are like idolized as like, they call the four horsemen of atheism. How more cringy can you get than that?
I don't know how the fuck they even managed to do something like that.
So you've literally just made a religion out of the fact that religion doesn't exist. So
It's
that's
insane.
I realized that's what I was doing when I first became an atheist. That's what I was doing, and I realized how like hypocritical that is.
Yeah.
So basically, I
Well,
just made my own religion around the idea of there not being a religion. So I just decided to leave that whole space because it's just so weird. Like,
yeah, why do you even need someone to idealize? Like, you don't need it.
yeah.
You can
So
respect their work and be like, yeah, this guy did really. His thoughts are revolutionary and stuff. But like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't understand that honestly. Yeah, I haven't really dabbled in the atheist community.
Yeah, they're really cringe. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Where do you find
Too
them?
much.
They're just
You
everywhere.
will find there's r/atheism, which is just literally just a cesspool.
Oh god, I'm not even gonna go near r/. It's a Reddit post, so obviously it's gonna be a cesspool.
Don't even go near Reddit because Reddit is just the polar opposite of Twitter. They're just both crazy.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Man, that is yeah.
so we're talking about crime mysteries. You were wondering earlier. So before we started this whole recording, we were talking about. I was telling you about missing 411, right?
Right.
And if people know, you don't know what missing 411 is, right?
No, I don't.
All right. So if people have been on YouTube, they definitely know what missing 411 is if they found our podcast. All right. So basically,
I know missing no, but not missing 411.
so missing 411 is basically this detective. It's a real thing. It's a real story, and it's basically this detective called David Politis, right?
Right.
And he was initially a police officer, but now he's retired, and he's basically writing these books about really strange cases that he's had to deal with.
Damn.
And all of these cases, it's always got something to do with American forests, like national parks and stuff like that. And he talks about how people could disappear or just be found in really, really weird, impossible places that don't make sense.
Right.
So one of these stories is basically like how he was doing one about this little boy, right, that had gone missing, this 2-year-old boy.
Right.
And he was basically, it was like he was in front of his grandma's cabin, right? And he'd wandered off somehow without the grandma noticing.
Oh damn.
So obviously they had to like have a huge search, and they bring in loads of people and everything, and they basically found him, right? Remember, this is snowing, like, so it's really, really cold weather. A 2-year-old wouldn't normally survive like 2-3 days, right?
Right.
But it's been like 2 days, and they're searching for him, and they find him like next to a fence, face down,
Oh no.
and he's alive, right?
Right.
But what's really weird is that he's found like 20 miles away.
Oh man, that's a long distance.
For a 2-year-old in
Yeah, for a
massive
2-year-old.
snow.
How does that even happen?
It's really weird because the only way you could have gone that, so that's a really, really far distance, but it's also really weird because there are so many, like, the only way to get to where he was to pass like 3 or 4 wire fences.
Damn.
So like someone obviously must have carried him, but like why? And how did they carry him away without the grandma noticing?
Yeah, and why did they stop there as well?
Exactly. Why did they just leave him there? It's so weird. And that's not even the weirdest story, Ibrahim. That's not even the weirdest story. Some of
Is
these
this
stories are
insane
so
then?
mad.
Oh,
Huh?
so this is in a book. This is in a book. Like
Yeah,
Missing 4.
he has like 4 or 5 books, and they're all like really weird stories.
I've looked up. Is this guy's name is David Paulides. That
I just
guy.
said David Politis.
David Paulides. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, what about wait? So did the boy say anything?
No, because he's 2, innit? He doesn't remember what happened.
Duh. So these are legit stories. All of this is legit.
These are all really real, legit stories by a police detective. Yeah.
My God, that's
One.
insane.
This is for me. This is the weirdest one. Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Go on.
This guy was basically going with his friends. He was going like I forgot what it's called. Skiing. That's it. Skiing, right?
Mm-hmm.
With his friends, and they were going down a mountain, skiing and everything, right? And it's basically the rest of his friends say that they want to chill now and they want to go back to the cabin and like go to the restaurant and eat because they want to relax, right?
Right.
And he said, "All right, I'll join you. I just want to do one more round, right?"
Okay.
And so
Never
obviously
came
they
back.
chill. They chill at the restaurant, and you gotta remember this is like a public mountain, like a public ski area, right? So
Right.
and obviously they're at the mountain, they've already eaten, they're chilling in their bed, and they realize this guy hasn't come back yet. And it's really weird.
Mm.
So they go out looking for him, and they obviously can't find him. So they get the police involved.
Okay.
The police are looking for him. They go down the trail where the ski goes and everything like that, and they basically find his skiing gear.
Oh no.
But his skiing gear is right on the edge of a lake, right? And
Oh, right.
the two spikes that you have with your skiing, right?
Right.
They've been literally just driven into the ground right next to the lake, right in front of the lake. Okay?
I can see where he might be now.
And the ski boards have been just left there too. Okay?
Okay.
The problem is, obviously, you initially think he's jumped into the lake, right?
Right.
But he hasn't because all his ski gear is literally been jabbed into the snow. So that would have stopped you. The body can't go anywhere else from that, can it?
Yeah.
So they look for him in the lake, obviously because they would, in it,
Yeah.
and they don't find anything. Okay, it's a relatively small lake,
Okay.
and so literally like 2 years go by, and basically the wife is mourning and stuff like that. Nothing, she doesn't hear of anything, right?
Right.
And then she gets a phone call from the guy,
Oh my God.
and the guy basically says, "I have no idea where I am." And she's like, "What the heck? Like, how are you alive? I thought you were dead. Like, literally, this is the first time I'm hearing of you in like 2 years." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I just woke up in this field and I don't know where I am."
Oh God.
So obviously, the police go over there to get him, right? And
Right.
they find him, and he basically just says that he's he's literally like in a different state,
Oh my
right?
God.
In a different area of the whole country. And he just says that I literally just woke up in this field, and he has different clothes on, right?
Right.
He's got a brand new iPhone
What?
and he's got a brand new haircut, but he doesn't have any money on him, so he doesn't know how he's gotten this stuff, right?
Right.
And he just says that he woke up in this field and he doesn't know where he is, and he just called his wife because that's all he knew what to do.
Oh, okay.
And so when they asked him, like, what happened, he just says, I was skiing and then everything went blank and I just woke up here.
That is insane.
And it's like, what? What the heck happened there? What was
You
that?
You
Aliens.
still don't believe in aliens?
Yeah, aliens.
So many cases are just insane. Like, how does that even happen?
How does that happen? And he basically says that he just doesn't want to talk about it. He just doesn't want to talk. He doesn't know what happened, and it's just a weird part of his life that he never wants to go over again.
Surely he was just like sick of it all and decided to fake his own death or something.
That's
Like,
what I'm thinking. I think he must have faked his death. But then where did he get the money to get this stuff? The stuff that he had in his pockets?
I mean, fake identities are pretty easy to come by.
No, but I mean money. Money.
Yeah, like with a fake identity, you get a job and then work. Like, if it's 2 years' time. So
Oh yeah, that's
in 2 years, like he would have died of starvation on like.
sure. I'm assuming they would have asked like the residents of the town if they knew him, and no one knew him.
That is madness. I
No
can't
one
believe.
knew where he'd come from. So like,
I wonder where he got a haircut from. Like, did he do it himself or like? I
yeah, he
can't
must have
believe
done it
that.
himself.
It feels too unrealistic. Either he went and lived in the mountains or something, and somehow had the ability to cut his own hair, or he had some next Elias and like went to a different state or something.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe he like decided like he was bored of his life and wanted to live somewhere else.
yeah, especially if he doesn't want to talk about it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes he feels a bit off to me about that.
Yeah, but anyway, initially it's just too weird. Of like, how the heck has that happened?
Yeah, that is insane. If you
Yeah.
want to keep going about missing one for one, you can go on about it if you want.
No, if you ever quite, but I'm just saying, like, if people haven't, if you haven't seen it, there are some mad kids. That's not even like the tip of the iceberg. What I've just said.
Do you own the book?
No, I don't have the book. I just listened to videos about them.
That is pretty mad. That
Yeah.
sounds like something that could be kind of like SCPs, where we just have like a ranking of like all the best ones or something.
No. But this is real though. It's scary. It's real.
That is amazing. Do you have any explanations aside from the ones I've given?
I think the one that you just gave is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that's all I can think of, really. I mean, it doesn't mean that necessarily he had to wake up in that state in particular, but he was working in that
Uh,
state.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but there are some other cases that are literally unexplainable that I couldn't find a rational explanation for.
Surely the police would like fingerprint his phone or whatever just to check, like, surely there'd be fingerprints or something just to prove that he's like something like that. Surely.
I'm not sure because I haven't done that depth of a. I haven't seen what the police concluded about everything, but that's what they said happened. So like,
That is mad.
that's not even the maddest one, you know. Like, I'm not even joking. It's too crazy. But anyway, let's get back to crime. Even though this is a little bit of crime, it's like mystery crime, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we like here, mystery crime. It's very good. That's what I was excited about as well. We've hit our time limit, but I want to ask you: are there any crimes that you think that should be legal? Anything at all?
um, I'd say some drugs should be legal,
Some drug? Yeah, like we were like what's the drug name?
like cannabis.
Cannabis and weed.
Yeah. The reason why is because there are a lot of medicinal properties to it,
Yeah,
and not enough research is done into it. I know, like we've done psychology, and they say like if you take weed over a long time and you take a certain amount, your increased risk of psychosis is like 7 times, right?
schizophrenia. Yeah,
But if you do it rationally and you take it for like significant amounts of problems that you're having in the body, it can really like cure like a lot of problems you have.
yeah. I say ban alcohol and bring back weed or something. I don't know, because
Yeah,
like
alcohol is actually
yeah, alcohol
dangerous.
is so much worse than anything else like that.
For
It's
me, it's
so
the
much
worst
worse.
drug. It's actually the worst drug. Yeah.
And I'm sure they could probably tax weed as well. Like I'm sure they wouldn't lose too much out of it.
Yeah,
But
100. They don't though, innit? Because like,
yeah, obviously it's not legal, so
no, they know. They know. I'm telling you, the government are very corrupt like that. They know exactly what weed can do. They just don't want the public to take advantage of it.
yeah, there's some kind of hidden agenda there.
Yeah,
Conspiracy
there's a
theories.
conspiracy there. I'm telling you, there's a conspiracy there.
Nice. Imagine like looking up to the government and you finally get a job in there, and that's what you learn about that they've been doing this, and you're sworn to
Yeah,
secrecy as well.
yeah. It's too
Have you
mad.
heard of Have you heard of some of the weirdest laws, like you can't chew gum in Singapore?
Yeah, no, I think that's a solid law.
Well, you don't think you think that? I feel like the law, like, because I think the reason they do that is because they want to keep the streets really clean from like
And
style.
they are very clean. Have you seen them?
They are very clean, yeah. But
Yeah.
like, I feel like littering should be the illegal offense, not chewing gum.
Hey, but littering is always an illegal offence. It never does anything. Well, you can get stopped by the police for throwing a piece of gum on the floor.
I mean, if you can get stopped by the police for chewing, of all things.
No. You won't get stopped by the police for chewing either. What it does is just stops producers from supplying gum.
Oh, right.
So people can't buy it if they can't have access to it, and they can't chew it if they don't have access to it.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
So
And
there
what
you go,
about the
innit?
what about the law that you can't flush toilets after 10 p.m. in Switzerland?
That's actually sick. That's a horrible law.
Dang. What happens if you what happens if you have constipated like diarrhea or something and you have to?
Yeah, that's a horrible law. That's a horrible law.
I can't even imagine the reasoning for it.
I'm not sure if they enforce it though. Like,
Apparently, it's a strict regulation, so I'm not sure.
yeah, well, it's just too bad. Some
Um.
laws are crazy. Do you want to hear one more missing 411?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
This, for most people, this is the weirdest one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it literally sounds unbelievable, right?
All right,
So
cool.
basically, yeah,
Ready. Blow my mind.
I'm not sure if I even believe it because it's too crazy. But
Right.
basically, yeah, there was this this boy that was chilling with his family near the woods, right?
Right.
And obviously, as every boy does, he runs off into the forest. Okay.
Yeah, like every boy does naturally. Everyone.
Obviously, yep. So, but he was young, and it was like a 3, 4 year old. He's quite small.
Yeah.
So he runs off, right? And obviously, the family just realize that he's missing, and they run off into the forest looking for him, and they can't find him. They go over all the trails and stuff like that. Can't find him. So obviously, they get the police involved. There's a huge search, right?
Hmm.
Humongous search with loads of volunteers, loads of police officers, loads of dogs, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they can't find him for the first day,
Okay.
which is fair enough. You know, it's a huge forest, you know.
Takes time.
But then the second day, they look for him and they find him on one of the paths, which is weird because they've already looked over all the paths, so he must have been put there at some point between the search and the next search, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they find him and he's alive and all good and everything. He's just a little bit scuffed from, being in the woods, right?
Right.
And they ask him, like, obviously initially they're like, "Oh, we're so glad we found you, thought we were all dead." Obviously that's what the family are going to be like first. But then afterwards, the police are like, "All right, now explain what happened in it.
Yeah.
Right, why'd you go in here? Why'd you go into the forest? Who does that?" Right? And he
Yeah.
basically says that while he was playing outside the forest, he saw his grandma inside the forest.
Oh no.
And so the grandma told him to follow him. So
Oh
he said,
no.
"Fair enough, fine, I'll follow the grandma." And the grandma basically took him and took him to a cave.
Uh-oh.
And the grandma told him, basically, he says he remembers what the cave is like. There was loads of spiders, and it was really dark.
Was he hallucinating or something?
And basically, he said that he looked at the grandma and he said the grandma looked a little bit different to what his normal grandma looked like.
Right.
He basically said the grandma, basically, she was shining like a robot,
Oh no.
like shimmering, and her eyes like turned a different color, like red.
Aliens, 100% aliens.
And she basically told him that he was like, he was basically an alien. She told him he was an alien, basically. Yeah, that he was an alien, that he had come from a different planet, and that he was basically doing a job for them.
I think he's been watching too many sci-fi movies.
That's kind of mad though, isn't it? Because like, why would a kid make that up?
For attention?
It's very, very specific story, and remember, they're only 3 or 4 years old. It's a lot of creativity to come up with that.
That is true, but like, did they search the forest and find a cave like that?
I'm not sure because it's a huge forest, and the kid doesn't know where he was in it, so that's
Right.
probably not. But it does go along with the fact that he was found there, right? He was found in the trail, so obviously something happened to him, right?
Right.
And so basically he says that, yeah, so now that then the grandma basically dropped him off to where the path was and then ran off.
Yeah, of course you
And
are.
so- and then he was just left there waiting, and then they found him, right? And basically, now obviously this first initially seems like, right, that's mad, isn't it? But then his real grandma said that a while ago, she was in the woods, right?
Right.
And she was camping with one of her friends.
Yeah.
And she remembers one night seeing some red eyes peering at her through the forest.
Uh-oh.
And she basically said, I find that's a bit mad, and she went to sleep, right?
Wow, she was just like, all right, yeah, fair enough. Someone's
Yeah.
staring at me, but I'm still gonna pay attention to it.
So obviously, when she woke up, she basically saw that she was outside of her tent,
Uh-oh.
and her friend was outside of the tent too. And they both woke up, and they're on their face on the ground, and they both have like a speech marks spider bite on the back of their neck.
Oh god, that's weird.
So it's what? And they both have the same spider bite on the back of their neck.
Did she prove it though? Did she have like a scar or anything?
Yeah, she did.
The scar was literally, oh my god.
So it's like, what was happening here?
Surely they just shut the forest off just in case.
Well, no, because it's not grounds. It's like it's obviously an illogical case, isn't it? Something weird is happening, but it's not enough to shut off the whole forest. I need to get some tissue quick.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I've been dealing with it by muting my mic like so often. I don't know if I mentioned when this episode was recording. It's recorded on 14th of November on a Sunday. So there you go. Now you have those details. At the current moment, I'm editing episode 8. So yeah, we're 2 episodes ahead. So it's pretty good. Solomon has a candy business. Don't forget that. That's one thing. Man, it's quite lonely by myself. I feel so lonely over here. There's no one else here.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, he's back. I was just so lonely.
Anyway, yeah. So what do you think of that story?
No way in hell. Surely it's just a massive amount of coincidences. Or the grandma was like to him, here's the story you need to tell, or something. Like, surely this is just all...
He'd told it before he'd seen anyone, hadn't he?
Yeah, but surely the grandma's talked to him before about it or something.
No, because they literally found him and the police was there the whole time of the investigation.
Like, yeah, no, before they even went there, before he even walked into the forest in the first place.
Oh, that's weird, but I don't think any kid would go along with that.
I mean, maybe. Like, if she promised him like tens of sweets or something.
But why though? Because they're not like going to get any money out of this.
Some people like attention. Some people like her name is like written now, isn't it?
I don't think so because
In the books.
no, because all of the cases they try making them anonymous as they can, innit? But
Right.
But obviously, some of them have like real names, so maybe
A lot of the time,
this case had a real name. But yeah, basically, it's a bit
a
weird.
lot of the time, these stories are just people trying to one up each other. A lot of the time, so I definitely feel like there is a possibility that this could have
happened.
Yeah, that something happened. Because like a lot of the time,
definitely, of course,
one up each other with like these kinds of like events, and they try and create them out of nothing. So they have a story to tell, like when their family's together or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. There is. That's why I personally don't believe this one because it's like, it's so weird.
If this one isn't true, like how do we know the other ones are? Like, has he got legit evidence to prove them?
I'll tell you a quick one, and this is the most convincing one to me. I've told you the ones that I think are the most mad, right?
Yeah.
This one to me is the most convincing because there's actual like reasonable proof for it.
All right, cool. Yeah, that one does what I was gonna say then.
So obviously, another kid goes lost in the forest.
Who is the kid?
It's something in America, man. These kids are doing something to them, right? And
in the forest, and now this.
Obviously, they try looking for him, and they look whatever. And basically, this goes on for a few days. So they're looking for him for a few days, right?
Right.
Like, kids surviving in the forest for a few days is a feat in of itself.
Yeah. Tarzan.
Basically, they find the kid, but he's in a swamp.
Shrek.
Yeah, but the swamp is like, it's like a proper watery swamp, like the sort of thing you'd find crocodiles in. Luckily, there's no crocodiles in it, but there's the sort of thing you'd find crocodiles in. And in the middle of the swamp, there's like a little island.
Oh, okay.
And that's where he is.
Damn.
And they find him, and they ask him like, "How'd you get here?" And he says he doesn't know how he got there. And basically, he tells them the story of what happened. He basically says that he was walking around the forest, and basically the cows were watching him. The cows.
Cows.
Yeah, cows as in, moo, cow.
Yeah, I know what cow is.
Yeah, the cows were watching him, which is really weird because there are no cows in that part of the country.
Yeah.
So obviously something else was watching him if he says it was a cow and it looked like a cow to him, right?
Right.
They basically said they were all around him and they were watching him. And at some point he got really sleepy and decided to sleep next to a tree.
Oh, good. That's the perfect
So
thing to do when you're being watched.
he slept leaning against a tree, and when he woke up, that's where he was,
Oh, wow.
in the middle of the island. Now that's really weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that all his clothes were dry.
Oh, damn.
There was no water. There was nothing to dry. Nothing, because when clothes dry, there's a little bit of crinkle left, right? And you can examine it under a microscope
Yeah.
with like little bits of particles and stuff. Because if you're wading through a swamp, you're definitely going to pick up some stuff into your clothing, aren't you?
Definitely, yeah.
But none of that was on his clothes, which means he didn't go through that swamp by himself.
There was no other way to the island.
No. It was in the middle of a watery swamp.
Maybe you couldn't just like jump over like pebbles or something.
No, it's a proper swamp, mate.
Oh, damn. That is insane.
So something must have carried him into there and left him there.
Surely there could have been something. Like, there's no way.
Like what though? What? In the middle of a forest. Remember, this is a forest.
A forest, yeah.
What's
Also,
bigger?
how did he survive that long as well? Was he like fed or like?
Him? I don't know, man. That's not the details of the case that I'm worried about, innit? I'm worried about how he ended up in the middle of that swamp without any damage to his clothes, and he's talking about these weird cow creatures that are watching him.
That is just insane. It's always someone that's watching, like some kind of creature. I'm telling you, SCP Foundation's actually real.
Yeah, basically, David Paulides himself basically believes that there are some creatures that
Bigfoot.
are causing these weird cases.
You know what you were saying about Bigfoot being real, and you're like, oh, there are these creatures that are trained to avoid humans or whatever.
Yeah.
There's some viability to that. They could have red eyes.
But why?
They could have some red eyes.
Well, so how do you explain that one then? Because that one to me is the most convincing.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. If there's literally no way to the island, the only thing I can really think of is he took his clothes off and like waded through like with nothing on, and then dried off and then put them on or something.
Nah, that makes no sense. Because remember, they examined his body. There was nothing there was no swamp water on him.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And if he put his clothes on afterwards, the swamp water would still get on his clothes, wouldn't it? Because it's on his body.
If he dried off first and then put them on.
What? So just chilling in the forest naked for how long?
Oh yeah, loud and proud.
I don't think so. There'd still be residue.
Yeah, no, there's no way that's like the case. I have no idea.
I literally have no idea.
Maybe he is maybe he's a real life Disney princess and he made friends with the animals or
something. Something definitely carried him. Right?
Was there any kind of like prints of some kind of like hand or something?
No. Nothing on him that signified anything. But all we know is that something definitely carried him, and that's about it. But now the question becomes, what carried him? Was it the cows?
And why there in particular?
Yeah. Why not? Why there? Maybe he was trying to protect him from these mysterious cows,
If I'm surprised that all these people somehow end up alive as well.
Yeah, some of them don't.
Oh, well, that's sad.
But those are different stories for a different time.
Man, that is really mad, honestly.
Yeah, so...
What was the book called again? Missing what?
Missing 411.
Missing 411. I'm definitely going to have to check that out later on.
Yeah, so these is too mad, that's what I'm saying.
But some of them definitely feel like they just couldn't exist. Like, he's just compiling stories together that just, like, some of them are just made up. And he's mixing in stories.
He's made some of this up, yeah, but he hasn't. These are actual official cases.
Yeah, but how do we know? Is it like...
He's a real police detective, and he also provides the case report.
Oh, the case report.
Yeah, so these are real proper cases that have happened. and he interviews the people that really went through it, and it's just bare weird, man. It's bare weird.
Do these cases, are these like recent cases, or are they like in the 90s or something?
Some of them are really old, and some of them are recent too. So like it really stretches from all the way from the 1900s all the way to
Yeah.
now.
Because like the older the case, the less like accurate their scientific equipment. Like they wouldn't have fingerprinting and things like that.
Yeah,
And
but
then
this
all the
one
crime.
I think happened in like the 90s or something, or the 80s. So it's, you know, it's quite a bit away, but not so far that they didn't have technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
That is
So
pretty insane.
yeah, it's just I really don't know I don't know what to do, man. It makes me think like, what the heck is going on in these forests?
I'm definitely not going anywhere near a forest anymore.
Yeah,
At least it always happens in America for some reason.
it's always in America. That's what I'm telling you. There's something dodge going on there.
Something's up with Arizona or something. The only other thing I've written in my list that's left is knife crime.
Yeah, the UK has a problem with knife crime, don't we?
Have you ever had a friend that's ever like committed a crime? Because I know I definitely had. I had this guy. He'd like steal from the store, and I'd be like, "Yo, no, you shouldn't steal. But if you're gonna, then just grab me a Snickers or something, would you?"
Not exactly a friend,
Oh, really?
but I knew someone that had commit crimes. Definitely, yeah.
Nice. So they're just like regular petty crimes, or
Nah, the other type of crime.
oh, that kind of crime.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a serious gang problem in the UK.
The thing about knives, though,
Yeah,
the
well,
crimes are getting slowly but surely closer and closer to my house.
that's horrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's literally every case is slowly but surely getting closer and closer. I think recently there was a case like 2 minutes away.
Yeah, that's just
If Infallible suddenly ends, like you know what happened.
there was actually like a stabbing like a few years ago next to one of the the shisha lounges.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally, you know where Goodmay Street is?
Mm-hmm.
Goodmay Station, literally right there. It's like a shisha lounge, and someone got stabbed
Oh
down
yeah, I
there.
think I've seen that shisha lounge.
Yeah. That's literally like a 5 minute walk away from my house. So
That's mad. I've seen that shisha lounge. It literally is covered in smoke. You literally can't even see anything. It's like invisible.
I hate shisha, man. Anyway, but basically, yeah, that's crime.
That's no, well, we've passed our thing. See, I told you we'd make a decent episode.
It's because I'm missing 411. That's what I told you.
Yeah, and that's
Told
what I was
you.
like. You were like, "Oh, crime mysteries. I want to talk about crime mysteries, please. Crime mystery." I was like, "Yeah, sure, fine."
But that's the most interesting type of crime.
Yeah, it actually is really interesting. Do you have
Yeah.
anything you want to say? The closing statements.
Um. Remember that I do not believe in the supernatural. Right.
Okay.
I don't. I think everything in the universe is governed by natural laws, including the things that we call supernatural. But they're just things that we
Everything
haven't
needs an
understood yet.
explanation.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just haven't understood them yet. Just because you haven't understood them doesn't mean they reside out of the laws of the universe. You know?
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to say?
Same thing with ghosts.
Oh, ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts. Fuck you,
I think
ghosts. I don't
ghosts
believe in
actually exist. I do think ghosts exist.
I don't think they exist at all. Put me in those haunted houses. I want to see them myself.
No, I would if we went to we should do that one day.
Are
We
they
should
like legit?
we should go to a notoriously haunted house and just try antagonizing all the ghosts there and see what happens.
Hey, ghost, I think you look stupid. Oh, just kidding. I can't see you.
I would actually do that. I would actually just chill in like a dark room by myself and
Yeah,
start swearing at the ghost.
phasmophobia in real life. We'll just start playing phasmophobia in real life.
But yeah, I would do that. I would be down to do that. But also, I think that ghosts do exist, but I don't think they're dead people. I think they're just literally another form of existence that we haven't understood yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is fair enough. All right. You know my final statement is.
Yeah, go on.
Cartoonist was found dead at home. Details are sketchy.
All right, let's end it there.
It's the exact same as last episode. You've been watching Infallible episode 10. Thank you for doing the intro. You succeeded, man. You know what? I just realized.
What?
You're gonna be doing the outro for episode 12. I mean the intro rather. Because I'm doing
Which is-
11 and you're doing 12.
What's 12? Is 12 God?
12 is season finale, yeah.
Oh, yes!
You're gonna be doing the
Everyone needs to be
it lined
for
up
this one.
perfectly. It lined up perfectly for you. Well done.
Yeah.
Mathematically. But yeah,
We need a nil for that one, and we need
need
some
everyone.
proper players. We need proper players for that one.
We need there's so many proper players that could come, but I know that a lot of them aren't gonna.
It's because they're all shook in it. They know I'm here.
Exactly, yeah. Now you gotta be on the religion side for a change. Like you gotta do something like
Oh,
that.
we will actually have to do that. Where one time we switch.
Yeah, that like we should do a debate thing where randomly every like a random amount of time we just suddenly have to swap topics on the fly.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Sides.
100%.
But yeah, you have been watching Infallible episode 10. We'll see you next time. Sarabra just got some music. Hopefully, he's been a bit behind on the music. I'm throwing shade on Salad right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully, he's got some music ready. And of course, remember, the case against the donut thief was full of holes. Thank you for listening. See you later.
Bye.
That was the most sad bye I've ever had. Yeah, let me just. I almost messed up the command again. I was about to type in join again, like normal.
But
Leave. It hasn't left, has it?
now recording.
The bot hasn't left, has it? I
No.
told it to leave. It's not leaving.